Good afternoon again, and thank you for staying on with us. It's the second game of the doubleheader AC or Athletic Club of Port of Spain versus the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force. Now, Club Athletic of Port of Spain, let's go through the starting lineup. Regalio Holder is the goalkeeper. Sion Thomas, Malik Maris, Kareem Eastman, Elijah Hughes Nunes, Shaquille Edwards, Nicole Stevens, Michelle Poon Angaran, Sadil McLean, Kyle Bartholomew, Janine McPhee, and Che Benny. And of course, as we look at the two, as both teams line up, let's go through quickly Defense Force. As we are seeing a shot of the Arima General Hospital, let's look at Defense Force. Jelani Felix, Brent Sam, Jamil Boatswain, Curtis Gonzalez, one of the national players. He's a captain. Rian Moore, Justin Sidhu, Jules Lee, Justin Garcia, Christopher Biggett, who is the starting goalkeeper, Jamil Cooper, and Kevin Goddard. Let's look at the standings here. Defense Force now. Canupia have 9 points now. Remember, they've just beaten Muruga FC, they both played 4 matches. So of course Central FC just under AC Port of Spain. So a win for AC Port of Spain, they will take them up to 6 points, and they will leapfrog Westford Central and Defense Force. But if Defense Force, who are on 5 points, would win, they would maintain 4th and go up on 8 points. Remember, Canupia would also have 9 points and not the 6 that we are seeing, because these standings haven't been updated since the last game. So Canupia on 3rd and Defense Force will maintain 4th if they win this game. And talking about Defense Force, as I welcome my fellow commentator, Defense Force, you have to say, is the superior team on paper. They would have been National League champions some 22 times, winning the Port of Spain Football League twice, National League 15 times, the semi-pro twice, the Pro League 3 times. They have won the league at different incarnations of the league. And if you would count the 2 years that Regiment won in 1965 and 1966, that would be more titles for Defense Force.
Yeah, certainly a very big football tradition from this Defense Force side, and their traditional yellow and blue kits.
And
much is to be expected of them.
And of course, Defense Force, one of only 21 teams in the world to have won the coveted treble. That's the league in your country, the main knockout tournament, and of course the continental championships, which they won in 1985 when they won the National League, the FA Cup, and what is now called the CONCACAF Champions League, which was called the CONCACAF Champions Cup back then.
So there's the kickoff.
Truly a decorated team, and they have a decorated colors. It's surging forward. And Defense Force coming into this game with after drawing with Rangers in their opening game 1-1. They enjoyed a 2-0 win over Central Soccer World and a 1-0 draw last week against Deportivo. And AC Port of Spain are coming into this game unbeaten with 3 consecutive draws. 1-1 against Central FC, 2-2 versus Deportivo, and 2-2 draw also this time with Central Soccer World.
Yeah, that Central Soccer World draw is the one that stands out to me most, because they were down 2-0 right here at the Arima Velodrome and came back against a team that looked to have their number. So they're not to be counted out this afternoon. this evening, sorry, as the velodrome waits on this match.
And they themselves have players who have been in and around the national team. Michel Poon Angaran would have played. And we have some players who, like Che Benny, who would have been part of the national team. I think it was futsal, the futsal team. So they have some experience, some international experience. Just like Defence Force was their captain, Curtis Gonzalez, who is right now not in the thick of things with the national team, but he is still, I'm sure, a player. This is Bootswain with an effort, an early effort for Defence Force.
Yeah, on the topic of players in and around the national team. It's unfortunate for Jamil Bootswain. He would have heard the bench oohing and eyeing. Here it is. That header just skimming the top of the bar. Fortunate there for Poon. That is Regalio Holder. Goal for AC Port of Spain with the kick. It's a poor one. Comes straight to Sam. Spreads it outside. It's back inside. For Bootswain. Loses his footing. AC Port of Spain can come forward. Furthest short passing style. One of the teams in this league who like to take care of the ball. Comes over to player that is number 13, Elijah Nunes. Forward area.
Getting some light rain along with some stiff breeze. Of course.
That's a stiff tackle. Referee immediately reaching into his card pocket. Pulling out a yellow. As the fans begin to scamper from just on the edge of the fence at the Arima Velodrome. There's no shelter for commentators out here. This man, Holder, will be looking to shield his goal. I'm seeing Justin Garcia standing over that ball. One of the players interested. There's a kick. Well over. That is from Rion Moore. There in your picture. He's really flung himself into national duty. The Defence Force attacker. Making a name for himself very early in his career.
So Defence Force and AC Port of Spain just feeling out themselves. Of course, Bootswain hitting the bar earlier with a header that would have given Holder some concerns. Here is a throw for Defence Force. Lee trying to find, he did find, but just getting over the line. That looks like Bootswain. As AC Port of Spain just trying to get it out, having some difficulty as Defence Force trying to No problems for the defense force defense. This is Lee on the right side. A lot of room, a lot of space, a lot of time. Looking for Sam. Sam wins a throw. No problem for the defense there, but having some issues that eventually clear out, but eventually win the goal kick for the goalkeeper Regalio Holder. Turning and twisting from Cyril McLean, who have been having a good tournament so far, but this is AC Port of Spain. Play broken up. A defense force would come away with it on the left side of the pitch, aiming for Sam, but way too powerful for him. I know he's a tall player, but he's not that tall.
Just a bit of overestimation there from his player.
Nunes with a throw for AC Port of Spain, yet to be beaten with 3 consecutive draws. Still want to, this is a picture of Che Benny, who is a member of the national futsal team. Defense force will control it, go back into their half as they try to start it over. Look, a real organized outfit, defense force. Cyril McLean controls, but the eventual touch was a bit wide.
A bit of one-way traffic here. The defense force imposing their will. Pegging back AC Port of Spain, their own area at point. Here's a good shot here, just wide. That's Jamil Boatswain. Good take, good finish. Just wide of the far upright.
So it's keen to see what kind of play AC Port of Spain will be coming with, because their natural forwards are all in the bench. Isaiah McLean, Sean Bonval and Jabari Raphael. So they're playing today, converting one of the midfielders, maybe perhaps into a false 9. And of course, coach Walt Noriega trying something different as they come up against defense force. Defense force also unbeaten. This is a battle of the 2 unbeaten teams. Another unbeaten team in the tournament so far, the leaders, Rangers. Ball for Sam. Sam makes a mess out of that one, but the referee's assistant flag had already signaled offside, so it doesn't matter if his effort was off target. So we're seeing McLean, one of the players in an advanced position, as well as Jaheem McPhee. Now McPhee is listed as a midfielder in our team sheet, but of course he has on the number 9. McLean was looking for McPhee, but we found that the defense force captain Curtis Gonzalez with the number 17 and the captain's armband for defense force. Referees are stopping the play to attend to an ailing player. So the blessings from above continue. Well, for some it would be blessing. For some of the spectators who have to scamper, it may not be a blessing. As we look at the play that caused the injury to Malik by his own teammate. So Malik Maries, who is just getting back on his feet, seems to be okay. He will just accompany the physio and the medics off the field to get further attention. Benny with a long ball. Not quite measured. 14 minutes gone. Defense force 0, AC Port of Spain 0.
It's like a foul on the number 7 there. That's McLean.
Seydou looking to play it in the part. Here comes defense force, just going back a little. Slow build up. Very cold breeze.
I'm sorry I had to leave it to the cold, Ian, but it's every man for himself in these conditions.
Just like the players in the field, as here comes AC Port of Spain looking for Sadine McLean. McLean has some support, but he's charged by defense force and forced to go back. Boatswain, and here comes defense force.
It's like Rion Moore.
And it's a goal for defense force. Defense force will take the lead.
Looked to be Rion Moore just escaping the attention of the AC Port of Spain defenders on that left-hand side.
A very good searching ball from the middle of the park. And defense force takes a 1-0 lead against AC Port of Spain here at the Arima Velodrome. AC Port of Spain, not an unusual position for them. Remember, they were trailing in their last game before 2 late goals.
Yeah, and as a team with 3 drawn matches, they may be accustomed to this area. These aren't scary hours for them just yet. Still very early in the first half, yeah.
Still a lot of time to go. Defense Force, after drawing against Deportivo, they were on par with Rangers. But that draw against Deportivo would have hurt them just a bit. So they need to get back on winning ways, trying to get to 8 points. They would be 2 points behind Rangers and 1 point behind Canopia and Police. So it's a early tight battle with the top 4 teams so far in the tournament.
Yeah, and it was always going to be the 4th round. As you said, it's very early in any competition, but you're already seeing things tightening up at the top and the picture becoming very clear at the bottom for the teams that are underachieving this season.
And I know that teams like West Fort would want to join them and maybe in the top half of the league. I know that as the season go along, we are going to see more from Central FC.
Yeah, for sure. These teams have shown great promise in spurts. It's just to get that consistency after a long layoff from not being in competitive action. Practice games don't count. This is when it really matters. And cold and damp of the Arima Velodrome.
And of course, on a personal level, a lot of the players have a lot to play for with the Nations League due to start in a few weeks' time. Yesterday at the St. James Barracks, and here comes Sam in an advanced position, waiting on some yellow shirts, but a goalkeeper Holder would hold the ball.
Well done from Holder there. And like you said, this is a good opportunity for these players to put themselves in the showcase. We had a lot of good performances so far, and the national coaches have been in attendance.
Of course, yesterday, national coach Angus Eve was at the barracks looking at some players, and he told me while he would not have been here today, here some of his assistants will be here looking at some of the players.
Yeah, so it's a great opportunity for these players to distinguish themselves against their peers. Here we see Defence Force on the approach again. That's more.
And of course, not only the TTFA officials are watching, we want to say good afternoon to the Nigeria Football Association. Understand that in speaking with Katabe yesterday, the Nigerian goalkeeper for Central FC, he indicated to me that they are also looking at him. So they are watching these games, the Ascension League.
And I think he did pretty well yesterday. He saved a penalty. Still went down 2-0, but he did have a good performance from a personal perspective on the afternoon.
And of course, with Nigeria just missing out on the World Cup, they would want to look at some fresh blood for their team. So of course, are just 26 years old. Here comes Defence Force again, and there's a second chance. This is a yes, and it's Defence Force leading 2-0 very early in the game, and this is like Boatswain getting another goal for Defence Force.
Yeah, and that's very unselfish there from the number 32, sorry. That is Cooper. He had the first opportunity, got blocked, and then picked out Boatswain with his second touch in that sequence. Good football. It's 2-0 to Defence Force.
And of course, this is a tall order for AC Port of Spain to come back from. Still not out of it yet, because last time out they were down 2-0 after 80 minutes, and they were still able to snatch a late equalizer. So not out yet. They're shown in the past that they can come back. That Cian Thomas goal in the dying touches, in the dying minutes of the game, earned them a share of the spoils.
Yeah, they won't want to let it get too far ahead of them, though. Certain positions that you definitely can't come back from against certain teams.
Defense force with a pride behind them. Multiple winners of the National League at different incarnations of the league. Winning the Champions League for CONCACAF.
And almost in there again.
Nice touch from Sam. Seydou. Good
ball
interception.
from Cooper.
And good interception
Well
from Cedil McLean. Here comes Seydou again for defense force, looking. Sam looking to turn, but good defense this time.
Sam just throwing his weight about in front of the AC Port of Spain area. But they recover. Still struggling to get out of their half as we see the defense force through.
Here comes defense force again with an early 2-0 lead. Goal scored by Ryan Moore and Boat Swain. A win for defense force can place them on 8 points, and fourth on the table, just 2 points behind the leaders, Rangers. Rangers are currently on 10 points, followed by Police and Canopia with 9 each. And with a 2-0 lead, defense force are on 8. A win for AC Port of Spain would put them on 6. But currently they are on 3. They are 2 goals behind in this encounter. Both Swain battling.
Yeah, just after the 25th minute here at the Arima Velodrome. AC Port of Spain not looking too daunted. Down 2-0 to a very compact, a very well organized defense force team. One band, one song, some coaches would say. They come out of the back again.
The rain has left us, but the breeze is very loyal.
Breeze is here to stay. Nice Arima breeze here at the Velodrome.
I'm sure at halftime, instead of some of the players drinking water or some of the other drinks that would to replenish themselves, they may be having a cup of coffee.
It may call for that today. Something a little more fiery. Steamy, as the young people say these days.
I know if they want to feel warm, the coaches would allow coffee, but nothing else. We want the players to keep focused in the second half.
Still a lot of football to go in this second match of the doubleheader.
AC Port of Spain trying to find themselves back into this game. They're trailing 2-0. I'm sure that's not in the script that they would have read in coming to this game, as Che Benny is brought down in an interesting position now. The lines not clearly marked, so just seeing that it's just outside of the box. Very close to a penalty, but outside of the box. You can just make it out only just.
Yeah, and this is a good opportunity for AC POS. You see Benny adjusting his socks. He would be favored.
I know a free kick on this position on either side of the penalty area would be tricky.
And it is Benny. It's a great ball to the last post. Well defended by the Army defender. So AC POS through on the far side.
.27 minutes gone. Defense Force are leading 2-0 with goals from Rian Moore and Boatswain. Jamil Boatswain giving Defense Force the 2-0 lead.
Defense Force bringing it out the back. It's good ball winning there in the center midfield for AC POS. Clean with another switching ball across the pitch. Doesn't pick out his man. Midfielder just dawdling a little bit in the midfield, losing it. Here come AC POS again. He says there was a foul. Ball is out to Sam. He has options. He also has some speed
and some skill.
Don't count him out.
Good work from McLean, but
yeah, we see the card coming out from very far for the AC Port of Spain number 7 McLean.
Over exuberance after partially winning the ball from Sam.
We see that tackle again. Stud showing it could have been worse for him. Getting in there on Goddard. It's a good approach, Che Benny. Wonderful ball just over the defender. Does well to get it back to his goalkeeper. Defense Force come the other direction, but that is offside as called by his marker gratefully. Just after the half-hour mark in this match between AC Port of Spain and Defense Force, Che Benny, one of the main protagonists for the Port of Spain side. Come again. This is Stevens. Stevens again. Good ball there. It's like Moore is again on his bike. Cutting through. Laying it off well here, Sam. Whoa! And just into the side netting. Good feet there from the big man. Couldn't get the third for Defense Force. But certainly AC Port of Spain would be concerned about how easily they got to that point of the pitch.
very easily, as we're seeing some of the supporters, some of the defense force, and perhaps the second team players, some of the supporters. Looking at Sam with a number 8 on his jersey. A chance for defense force going to the side netting, and we see some of the defense force members. Goddard has Lee. He's confronted by McLean. Goes back to Goddard.
It's good battling there from Cooper to Sam. Sam as well shut down there by Myries.
.32 minutes gone. It's defense force leading 2-0. AC Port of Spain would want to pull one back before half time. They have just over 12 minutes to do so. Ball goes back to Bridget. Bridget, another one of the goalkeepers defense force would have produced over the years, and two would come to mind quickly. Clayton Ince and Ross Russell, both involved in this tournament. Clayton Ince currently the goalkeeping coach for Police, and of course Ross Russell, the head coach of Central FC. Two proud former defense force goalkeepers, and both were national keepers as well.
Good footballing tradition, good goalkeeping tradition there, as you just spoke about in the defense force ranks.
So maybe Bridget would want to follow suit, and of course eyeing a national goalkeeper role.
Certainly seems to be the matriculation for a defense force goalkeeper.
And another one, Hayden Thomas. He would have also been in around that time with Ross Russell and Clayton Ince. As we've seen McLean getting past Lee and trying to get a ball into the box, but to no one in particular except for a yellow shirt. And Hayden Thomas also was also a national goalkeeper at one time. AC Port of Spain trying to build a reputation and a tradition of their own, coming into this game with 3 consecutive draws, unbeaten, with defense force who coming into this game with 1 win and 2 draws, also unbeaten. And so far defense force are condemning AC Port of Spain to their first loss, but AC Port of Spain still have about 55 minutes to come back into this game. They have done so last week, coming back from 2 goals down, so they're very much into this game still. They would not count themselves out, as defense force controlling this period of the game. They enjoying the better of the exchanges and happy to build the ball in the back. Seydou has Sam, uses Sam. Going back to Lee. And Lee playing for defense force would bring back some sort of memories, reminiscent of Dexter Lee.
He would want to make his own Lee legend for the defense force team.
And going on, when you look at the bench, you're seeing a Latapi and a Dwight on the bench of defense force. And I have to mention that as some kind of nostalgia feeling when I look at the defense force lineup.
No Messi's or Ronaldo's in attendance today.
Well, of course, we have our own legends. We have Russell Latapi, Dwight York, two of the most notable players who have played in Trinidad and Tobago and representing this country with pride over the years.
It's a
The
great
ball
ball
falling
to
to
Sam.
Sam. Boatswain with a follow-up. And of course, Dwight York and Russell Latapi, along with 19 other players, or 21 other players I should add, would have played in the World Cup in 2006 in Germany.
Another player who made it to the World Cup was Rivaldo. He has a namesake on the team, Rivaldo Corriat.
Of course, I know you must mention Al Brazil into the game.
The canary yellow and blue of the defense force, reminiscent of the record World Cup winners, Back to the Ascension League with AC Port of Spain approaching. Referee pulling them back for a minor infraction. Defense force get rolling one time. Gonzalez. Garcia. To Garcia. Good movement there from the midfielders coming to take a touch. Goddard, Garcia, Sadu just missing out.
He was
Ball between him and Sam.
Yes, he was leaving it for Sam, but it didn't seem a clean coming.
It's good anticipation there from the AC Port of Spain defender. And again from the defense force men with Rion Moore blazing again into goal. And just wide. Good effort. He had several other options, but he went for the goal. Can't blame him.
AC Port of Spain just escaping. Ball just going wide off the far post. Could have easily been 3-0. Just wide. I think the post would have felt the breeze as the ball passed.
As we are feeling the breeze here in this tower at the half line mark of the Arima Velodrome. It's approaching the 40th minute of this match between Defence Force and AC Port of Spain. Apologies. Defence Force leading 2-0. Again, very patient at the back. They have no reason to rush. A very comfortable lead. That foul is on Cooper. Diminutive central midfielder for the defense force. Big long switch to Sam. Tough ball here. Sadu twisting and turning.
Defense Force continue to have some good looks at goal. And certainly Brent Sam would like to score on his birthday. He had a very close chance.
So far, it's a happy birthday for the Defence Force wide man here. Defence Force will be happy with this first half. Cooper factoring all over the pitch. full of running. This is more. Ball there to Felix. So defense force through. More again. AC Port of Spain players will have to pay close attention to him. Very direct player, loves to get past players. Good ball inside here. Boatswain swings at it. Eventually gets a corner for defense force. 43rd minute, how do you feel both teams will go into the second half? Ian.
Well, of course, defense force will be happy if the two teams leading 2-0 at a half will be excellent. However, AC Port of Spain, yes, they will be disappointed, but they should take some positives, especially coming back from 2 goals down just last week. So they should not count themselves out. They know how to come back from situations as these, but it's a different team.
Whole different matter altogether. Defense Force and Real Westford. Central Soccer World, sorry. Ball going all the way back to Bigot in the Defense Force goal. This is with Felix. This is more. Looks like Gonzalez on the far side. Sam again free. Good ball inside. Just miscued. Jamil Boatswain unable to get that telling touch. Would have been a dagger just before halftime.
I think AC Port of Spain must be concerned about how easy defense force are getting chances. Simple touch from Brent Sam, who opted not to score on his birthday. He rather pass.
Yeah, and Sam really hugging this right side well, taking the AC Port of Spain players away from their comfort zone. Boatswain just unable to get the telling touch, but here he is again. This ball is to Sadu, back out to Sam in miles of space.
Sam is showing some clever footwork. Sadu. Sadu tried to put it through the legs of his man there, but Nunes wasn't having any of that.
Yeah, these defense force players becoming much more relaxed as the game goes on. They have a good reason to be. Here is good tackle in there, Henri on Moore. AC Port of Spain breaking free, trying to thread some passes together. Coming out of defense there. Well done. This ball is here for Che Benny. Another interesting ball from him. It's recovered. And that's a penalty. McLean.
McLean winning the penalty for AC Port of Spain. So yes, they have the opportunity to get one in before half time. Looks like Che Benny he's hugging the ball, so he would try to get Port of Spain back into this game. And Benny gets it there. And AC Port of Spain pull back one. His defense force leading 2-1. Che Benny with a goal in stoppage time of the first half. And AC Port of Spain, who would have come back from 2-0 down just last week, have already pulled one back. So it's a 2-1 game in the first half. So AC Port of Spain, and that is the half-time whistle. AC Port of Spain will be going into the half-time a lot more happy than they were just a few minutes ago. So it's half-time. Defense Force 2, AC Port of Spain 1. The moments of the first half. So a 2-1 lead for Defense Force. Rainmore starting things off. Let's look at some of the highlights now. Boatswain hitting the bar early, giving Holder some concerning moments. And let's look at Boatswain just getting fouled from, that looks like Clean, who got a yellow card. And shot going straight to the goalkeeper Holder. Boatswain again just going wide. A collision between both players from AC Port of Spain. This is Rainmore. This is the opening goal for Defense Force. Rainmore, the run on the left side, passing Holder. Boatswain with a goal. Goal number 2 for Defense Force, gifted from Jamil Cooper after Cooper initial block. Benny earning his team a free kick on the left side of the goal area. A missed chance from Boatswain. This is McLean winning the penalty that was converted by Che Benny. Another one of the national players, albeit a futsal team. And of course he will be aiming to play in the 11-a-side football team. So let's go for a quick break. When we come back, it will be a quick interview with one of the players.
You can check them downstairs, okay?
What is television? It seems like a simple question, but television means different things to different people. We in the Caribbean are very unique people. That's why we need unique television. Welcome to M&E TV, where we showcase our lives in the Caribbean. M&E TV is about us, the special way we talk, the way we walk, dance, move. M&E TV is about me. It's about you. M&E TV is about our amazing Caribbean experience.
Relax a while, it's fun and good cheer. Ooh, enjoy every scoop. Ooh, This is Uncle Pete's.
We are the fourth estate. We educate, we inform, and we hold those in authority, politicians, business leaders, and others, to account.
Connecting the public to the truth drives our purpose here at CNC3. When we stand behind a desk every single night, a lot of people don't know that we're a huge part of the news process. We eat, breathe, and sleep news. And that reflects in everything that we do as a news team.
Every day we tell the stories of people's journey through life. Stories of their success, stories of their sadness, stories of their grief, stories of their glory. We're the mirror in which society looks at itself.
When a storm is coming, everyone always thinks worst case scenario, and sometimes it may just be a brief shower or two. It's not always going to be a green veil level event. So it's important to have the most credible and accurate information coming from a verified source.
Welcome, you're watching the 7 o'clock news on CNC3.
Welcome back. It's 2-0, a 2-1 lead for Defence Force over AC Port of Spain. We now take you down to Jovan Ravello and we'll see who he have waiting.
I'm here with Nigel Neverson, the goalkeeper coach for AC Port of Spain. Mr. Neverson, can you tell me what you felt about the first half of your team's performance?
I think in the first half, both teams was feeling out each other. You know, coming down to the end of the first half, they started getting to it. I think we pulled back one to make the second half more interested.
All right. How do you feel about the way that you ended the first half?
I think we ended strong. We ended the first half strong, going into the second half. I think we in for a fight. We in for a better second half.
All right. What do you think needs to happen for you all to have a better second half?
I think the guys more believe in themselves. First half we drop off too much, I think, you know, and going into the second half, I believe the coach go sort it out in the dressing room going into the second half, where we had to go out and look for the next goal to equalize.
Okay, best of luck and thank you.
Thanks much.
We're here with Defence Force assistant coach Hudson Charles. Can you tell me how you felt about your team's performance?
All right, I think we started off well. You know, we achieved what we wanted to do probably in the first half an hour. That's to go out there, pressure them, get the goals. We did that, and I think that we went into a really relaxed mood. So, second half, we will look into we looking to create more goal scoring opportunities.
You spoke about taking your foot off the gas and coming down to the end of the first half. How do you feel about that?
Nah, well, you know, I mean, I've been talking to them about that because long shot we give the teams and them confidence to come at us. They will come with us, and it will always end up like how it ended up this first half here. So this half, we're looking to go all out to get a couple more goals.
All right then. Thank you very much, Mr. Charles. Tournament is a great place for family, a great family outing. This afternoon, courtesy and for soccer and Canopy FC, we want to present these 2 bags to the best couple at the Arima Velodrome. Guys, how are you enjoying the match?
Lovely game, you know. Football nice, local football, number 1, you know. So, continue, you know.
And who do you want to see win this evening?
Defense Force.
All right then. So I just want to present this to you on behalf of and for soccer and Canopy FC for the best couple. Thank you guys.
Thanks, man. Yeah, man. Thanks.
Bye, have a good night.
Support of Spain and Defense Force as the players re-enter the pitch. Defense Force, of course, leading 2-1. Goals from Rion Moore and Jamil Boatswain. AC Port of Spain, the draw champs of the Ascension tournament so far, pulling back one just before the end of that first interval. Through the team talisman, many would call him, Che Benny, from the penalty spot after a foul on Mr. McLean. But Defense Force, despite losing their 2-goal advantage, seeing it halved really, still all smiles, very confident. Coach Hudson Charles speaking about them taking their chances, performing to the best of their ability. Referees just doing their last checks as they prepare for another frenetic 45 minutes of football here at the Arima Velodrome. AC Port of Spain will get us restarted as we see Biguet in the Defense Force goal saying his last prayers. AC Port of Spain attacking the goal on your right, your screen. But letting it go. And that's a great save there by Holder. Should have been a goal. Jamil Boatswain letting them off the hook. What surely a poor execution on that one-on-one set up by slack defending Boatswain again. He also had an option in Rion Moore. Won't hear the end of that. Here's Sadu on the corner.
So defense force actually letting them off the hook. Boatswain hitting it straight to Holder. That could have easily been a 2-goal cushion for defense force yet again. But it's still 2-1. Garcia, Justin Garcia, the half-time substitute, just escorting the ball to win defense force a through. But of course they would give it right back to AC Port of Spain. Shaquille Edwards. Looking to go back to the stopper. McLean just communicating with Nunes about the service. He's waiting to defend this through from defense force. Defense force with a 2-1 lead. Goals from Rian Moore and Jamil Boatswain before Che Benny pulled one back for the Port of Spain team. Off the heel. Ball just evading. Here comes defense force again. Jelani Felix. Shot not a problem for Holder. Defense Force are the reigning champions of the Ascension Football League, having won the league a couple years ago before the last tournament. That was before the COVID-19 pandemic. And yet again, good work from Gabriel Nagy. But that shot was after the whistle. Even it was on target, would have accounted for nothing.
Defense force know that they have to keep focus against this AC Port of Spain side. A couple tricky players in their ranks, including McLean and Benny, both combined to give them some semblance of hope in this match so far. Here's McLean again.
And they already showed that they can come back and draw games. They're building on the left. This is McLean. McLean is forced to go back. But defense force, they have it covered. So it's a goal kick in which the goalkeeper will take.
Yeah, Poonanjanon just getting involved there. Defense force coming back this way. Rion Moore from Sadu up to Boatswain.
He's playing very deep.
Yeah, Boatswain back to Moore. That's a wonderful cross-field ball there for his opposite number. His opposite winger, apologies. Sam, who spent most of his first half unmarked, surprisingly. It's an easy ball for Baguette to claim. Really no challenge in the middle. Cooper. Felix breaks out of the back. Keeps going. Ball picks up a deflection. It's like a handball there from Moore. AC POS get it going quicker. Options left and right there for McPhee. And in the end, a very poor shot from McLean.
And of course, Shea Benny wasn't happy. He was calling for it. He was unmarked.
Yeah, and he's the type of player who always wants the ball. Kind of man you want in your midfield, pulling the strings for you. As we look at figure of Garcia on the pitch, receiving some treatment.
He's in fact a second half substitute for defense force. You don't want a substitute for the substitute. So that is the Garcia would have started. The other Garcia would have come on.
The rugged AC Port of Spain midfield striving against these polished army men. Cultured right foot there of Justin Sadu. Target football from Cooper. Still loses out, and that's a horrible challenge from Rion Moore.
Not even sure how to describe that tackle. But it's a yellow card for Moore.
Moore looks like he has an explanation, but the referee doesn't want to hear it. It's a yellow card. You see it again. No ball, all man. That is McLean.
I wonder if he was watching one of those kung fu movies before this match. Perhaps he was thinking about Roger Moore, the 007.
License to kick down. So, interesting looking ball here for McLean. Comes to nothing. Baguette's allowing it to go behind. As some of his defense force teammates continue their warm-up on a brisk night at the Arima Velodrome, just over the 55-minute mark. Defense force leading 2-1 against AC Port of Spain. Looked to be in control, but for that late penalty scored by Che Benny. Here they come again. Good attempt from McPhee into the run of McLean. AC Port of Spain emulating their opponents this evening with a high press in the second half. They know they can't allow them all the room that they gave them in the first half, especially not Brent Sam.
Brent Sam have been showing some nifty footwork. Defense force still enjoying a lot of the exchanges, leading 2-1. Ball aiming towards Boatswain. Sadu is battling with it. This is McLean for AC Port of Spain. He collects the ball again, but too far ahead of him. Defense force will control. Very cool evening with a cool breeze. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the players come on with mittens.
Defense force, of course, keeping their keeper cool at the back. Good defense there. Surely cool heads prevailing throughout this lineup. They haven't looked in any real hurry for most of the match, except for the busy runs of Boatswain, Cooper. AC Port of Spain will benefit from a little more patience. That ball going into touch.
Let's see if the draw champions could draw yet another match. Defense force would not want a draw because they want to stay as close as possible to the top 3. And if they win this game, they will remain 4th on the table with 8 points, 2 behind leaders Rangers, with Police and Cunupia both on 9.
Yeah, a 2-point gap between 4th and 1st makes for a very exciting run-in. The later stages of this league, all the teams mentioned will want to keep in touch with the top dogs right now. The Lahokata Rangers, who reign supreme at the Phase 2 ground out there in LH. Sadu again exchanging passes with Felix. One just going out for an AC Port of Spain throw. Here comes Che Benny. It's a good pass. Referee raises his flag though.
That was a very close call. And of course, they didn't like it.
Look to be on from here. But the referee's decision is final. Many referees would demand their full respect in that regard. Here come.
And of course, a lot of the football fields of late you will see the different shades of green would assist the linesmen and the referees' assistants in making the decision, but this field does not have that, so it's really have to have a keen eye.
Certainly, even with those lines, some referees do get it wrong, especially when officiating against Arsenal, but that is for another program. Here's Felix. Big switch there from Garcia. Ball over to Moore.
Felix trying to go through his man, but sent back. He wins the throw.
Here goes Sam. It's a good tackle there. Defender looks worse for wear. Referee hasn't seen him yet. Now he does. So just about 63 minutes played. AC Port of Spain tend to their player. How do you think they've tended to a possible comeback, Ian?
Well, of course, because when they came back from 2 goals to nil to draw that pulsating game last week, they were still trailing 2 goals to nil after 80 minutes. But this time, after 62 minutes, they are down only 2-1. So, of course, and they are pretty much in this game. In fact, they should be very happy getting, and it shows how important getting that goal in the first half. So they are still very much in it. The defense force should not count themselves comfortable. They know what can happen. They would have looked at that game keenly, and they know what AC Port of Spain can come with.
Of course, all these matches are easy to track. You can find them on the Ascension Tournament website and on the Ascension Tournament's YouTube channel, as well as stream that you're looking at present, wherever you are in the world, Caribbean. We see what may have happened to the number 14, Edwards. Just holding his head. The strikers union of this defense force side getting together to just discuss. Garcia and Gonzalez, and Felix exchanging some passes there. Gonzalez with the ball. Good layoff from Boatswain. Interior on Moore, who switched with Sam and looking for Sam. Here comes Che Benny. Looking for his winger on the far side. Number 7, McLean. That is number 9, McPhee, in your picture.
And of course, Defense Force's next game will be against Central FC. That will be a keen game to look at, as they will be coming up against their former coach, Ross Russell, who they would have won two pro leagues with. And AC's next game, they will be, AC Port of Spain will come up
So a little confusion here as to whose ball it is. Referee doesn't want any lip.
And AC Port of Spain will come up against Canupe FC, so a very difficult game for them. So they would want to scrape up a result from this game.
Yeah, you look at how Canupe played this afternoon, and Coach Michael Defoe was still not satisfied when I spoke to him after. Wanted to get that 3-0 win to help their goal difference and put them just ahead of Police on goal difference. We have two subs here. Coming on is Hashim Arcia.
Hashim Arcia, who is also a very capable basketball player. Before his playing days with Defence Force, would have suited up with Strakanets Basketball Club in the North Zone. Was actually looking forward to seeing him play for Defence Force. I know Defence Force have a very respected basketball team, but he will just focus on football for Defence Force.
Yeah, and focus is key here, I think, for Defence Force coming into this stage of the match. They can become a little more relaxed, as AC Port of Spain haven't posed much of a threat in this second half so far, but they will be wary.
As we mentioned that with Hashim Arcia, who can also play basketball. Gone are the days when you would have been able to play different sports for the national team. You remember looking at the great former player Alvin Cornell would have represented his country in both cricket and football. But of course, then we have some like Samantha Wallace who represents his country in basketball and netball, and she also plays volleyball with Technocrats, and she's also a capable track and field athlete.
I think the demands of modern sport take some of those players out of contention for other sports. It's very difficult to play at a high level, several different disciplines.
And of course, Otis Whitley, another former Trinidad and Tobago soca warrior, was also an excellent basketball player in his days at Malik Secondary. He was one of the top basketballers and footballers. He played them both equally.
Oh, to be so blessed as an athlete. This is good football here to come out of the back for AC Port of Spain. Have shown their ability. Just need to get the concentration, that cutting edge in the final third. Defence Force come back again. It's Gonzalez up into Moore, looking for Sam. It's caught the eye of the linesman. It's offside in the 70th minute.
Looking to see if Sam would actually get into the score sheet on his birthday.
If they keep giving him as much room as they have for the duration of this match, the first 70 minutes, surely You want to gobble up one of those opportunities. Here come AC Port of Spain again. Referee not falling for the theatrics from the player on that occasion. More. Well cleared by number 13 for AC Port of Spain. That is Elijah Nunes.
Defense force would want to get another goal for that cushion. However, AC Port of Spain want to get that equalizing goal. Felix, lot of space in the middle of the park. Looking to go forward to Sam, but some defense wouldn't allow him to do so. Benny was actually nonchalant on that ball. This is Felix for defense force in the center for more. And straight to the goalkeeper was Asia, who have just come on as a substitute.
AC Port of Spain, of course, certainly playing with fire. They do have the talent to get the ball out of the back, but a bit too casual in their execution. Here's Arcia again. It's Goddard. All the way back for Gonzalez. Switches it over to Felix. Arcia. Goddard. Felix. Sam. Felix again. Just driving forward, and that ball just eludes the boot of the number 32. That is Cooper, playing a bit higher than he was in the first half.
Just under 18 minutes to go for AC Port of Spain to snatch an equalizer. They're gonna make some changes. Malik Jahi McPhee, number 9, he is leaving, and number 15, Jabari Raphael, is coming in to join the party.
Also Kareem Eastman.
Cedil McLean is coming off. And I think we saw the introduction of number 10, Shawnell Augustus, as well. So it's actually a triple change.
So after a flurry of first half goals, I think this game needs another just to get the crowd back engaged into what has been almost chess-like second half.
And maybe some of the players to get back into the game too, because we saw a bit of nonchalant play. Players are just getting a bit too casual.
That is Augustus. He's getting tied up once again. Quick start. So Edwards just missing out. Arcia comes with it. That's an excellent ball on the right side. The defender will catch it. Very nonchalant once again. What a spurned opportunity. Both of them. Oliveira, substitute, letting the chance go begging.
So AC Port of Spain just have about 15 minutes to get back on level terms. Defense Force have 15 minutes to see off this game.
Raincoats just coming back out. Is this persistent drizzle returns?
This is just wide from Ryan Moore, who seems want to get some more goals. He already scored the opener for Defense Force in the first half. Looking for more.
There we see the replay. Ball coming to Moore. Point blank range, really. Should have done much better. He will be.
I would say he should have done
that mix.
I would say he should have done more better.
Arcia coming away with it in the midfield. That is got up. Ball out wide to Sam, perpetually free, and almost gets a birthday gift from the goalkeeper. He would tell you it was a cross. He would tell you it was a shot. Looked like a cross when it began. Keeping the keeper on his toes there.
And I would say it looked like a goal at one point.
Did.
Very good that the goalkeeper was alert.
Again, the AC Port of Spain players working away at this resilient defense force backline. Big switch over here for Augustus. Unable to take it. Good pressure here from AC Port of Spain. If only they could keep the ball under control. Goddard there searching out his winger, Ryan Moore. Back here with Che Benny. Shot is, that cross is blocked. Back to Benny. Twisting. Looking for it. It's a good save from the goalkeeper. Good attempt from Benny.
AC Port of Spain just inching back into this game. They're still asking a lot of questions, but Defense Force are answering quite well. This is Sam with a clear.
It's well done more there by Edwards.
Moore is turning away from Sam. Good nifty touch. Sean de Augustus just losing out to Ascension.
Ball just eluding McLean on the left wing.
Approaching 80 minutes, Defense Force still leading 2-1. No goals yet in the second half. All the 3 goals were scored in the first half by Ryan Moore, Jamil Boatswain and Che Benny, this time for AC Port of Spain. The defense force will be happy if it would remain like this. AC Port of Spain, of course, won that goal, but it's not out of their reach. They came back. They have been in situations like this already. They came back from 2-0 down, Central Soccer World, and they scored their both goals very late. But this is Asia. Asia has Sam on his birthday. Getting the ball across the face, but AC would just get away. This is Sean de la Dascas fighting his way. Benny is looking to free his man. He has some chasing to do. He has Augustus in his center. Doesn't use him. But Benny didn't just get it. Defense force getting ready to make another change.
It's Devin Elcock giving those last minute instructions. To Rivaldo Corriat. Meantime, AC Port of Spain come forward with Che Benny. Nice snapshot there. Baguette getting it on the second time of asking.
Defense force with an attack on the right side. The ball just blocked, just as about when he was to get across in. First touch was not a particularly good one. But here's Sam. Sam is turning. Sam almost forgot the ball, but here he is again, creating some room for himself. Goes back to Felix. Charging forward, but just losing out. The defense force will maintain possession of the ball.
Here's Rion Moore again. Turning on the afterburners. That's across the face of goal. Sam hangs his head. It's time for another defense force sub. Rivaldo Corriat enters the pitch for Sam. So no goal for the man on the left side here for defense force. But very good showing this afternoon, sticking to his task. Causing AC POS no end of bother. AC Port of Spain keen to get this game restarted as soon as possible. Augustus, Benny now playing almost as a false line. Urging their teammates, the new boys, like to keep their unbeaten record. Striker just losing his footing there. Here's Goddard. Ball is from Corriat. Down off the corner flag, and it's a goal kick for AC POS as we enter the final 5 minutes of regulation time here. The second match of a doubleheader in the Ascension tournament at the Arima Velodrome. Defense Force holding a 2-1 lead over AC Port of Spain.
It was around this time against Central Soccer World when they scored their 2 goals. So let's see if they can. Let's lightning strike twice. This is Gustus. Gustus going back to some support. A shot from distance. Well, it wasn't close enough to trouble the goalkeeper, who has to go back and retrieve the ball. He wouldn't mind doing that. It would another way of buying time. .86.5 minutes gone. Defense force still leading 2-1. The first goal for AC Port of Spain was scored in stoppage time in the first half. So defense force would want to keep that in mind. This is more looking to find Korea, who has just come on. Garcia goes back to Brigatte's goalkeeper. Ball is like a pinball machine. This is Koreat. Koreat cutting inside. Hassan Marcia couldn't control. Twisting and turning.
Very controlled football there from Goddard. Number 66 for Defense Force.
Goddard has a solid game, a very good game in the middle of the park for Defense Force.
He's really... There we see that shot from Korea. On target. Easy enough. 4-holder in the ACPOS goal. Korea again coming forward. The second half substitute. Ball is to Felix. Felix to Goddard.
Korea has looked positive since coming on.
Here's another good ball from Che Benny. Well cut out by Bigot. Spotting the danger. Knows what can happen as we enter the final minute of regulation time. Waiting for the referee's board.
This is where Sean Thomas, the captain for AC Port of Spain, would have scored the equalizer against Central Soccer World.
We see the Army assistant coach Hudson Charles asking for 1 minute. Don't know if he'll get his wish. As AC Port of Spain threw everything and the kitchen sink. Oh! Just missing out there was Augustus. Just the opportunity they were looking for.
We are in stoppage time, and the referee's assistants will now signal 4 minutes of stoppage time.
Yeah, so just enough time for ACPOS to find a way back among the points in this match. Target defending there, eating up some valuable seconds for the defense force. Felix to Goddard. Goddard seeking out more. It's over to Coriat. It's a very sharp cross. Well dealt with by the ACPOS backline.
Coriat continues to look positive and really involved in the game in most of the defense force attacks since coming on. Cross coming in, but finding a red and black shirt. Defense force some pulling Goddard in a battle there with Kunangaran. So 2 minutes of the 4 minutes gone for stoppage time. AC Port of Spain need to get forward. They need to get that equalizer. Defense force just would be happy to start flying, fall into ground. But this is Coriat for defense force. Trying to get it onto his left foot. Getting the cross over the bar. Hashim Asia. In the meantime, the medics would attend to defense force play on the ground. That was the number 18. Rian Moore. Yes, it was the number 18, Rian Moore. Defense force would just want to hold on for just about a half a minute again to just hold off AC Port of Spain. Of course, some more time will be added on to the added on time for this stoppage. AC Port of Spain would throw everything forward now. That was the captain, Curtis Gonzalez. Long ball, searching for the men up front, and a mistake that allows the goalkeeper to come out. Approaching 5 minutes of stoppage time, but of course we had a stoppage within the stoppage time. And that's the final whistle. Defense force holding on for the 2-1 win over AC Port of Spain. Now they would go to 8 points and fourth on the table. They will maintain fourth. Just 2 points behind the leaders, La Hocketa Rangers and Police and Canupe FC, both on 9 points. So the top 4 teams just separated by 2 points. So it's full time here at the Arima Velodrome. It's Defense Force 2, AC Port of Spain 1. Just waiting to relive some of the moments of the first half. This is the goal from Rian Moore to give Defence Force a 1-0 lead. And this is Defence Force's second goal from Boatswain. And this is the penalty that was scored by Che Benny to pull back one. And that was all in the first half. This is the second half now. Boatswain hitting straight to the goalkeeper holder. And of course, AC Port of Spain, CDL McLean to the goalkeeper. Forget Che Benny was calling for it, wasn't happy. You can see him remonstrating there. This is McLean. A strong jump kick, kung fu style tackle. This is Rian Moore hitting wide. He had a few chances himself. This is a shot from the birthday boy, Brent Sam. But he gifted the goalkeeper simple save. Benny with a save simple to the goalkeeper who made it look harder than it was, but it's Defence Force holding on for the 2-1 win over AC Port of Spain. We are just waiting for Jovan Ravello to speak with a representative of Defence Force, the winners of this game. So, as I mentioned, the Defence Force on 8 points and 4th on the table. So while we await on Jovan Ravello's interview, we'll just go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll get that interview with Jovan Ravello.
There's a taste in the air everywhere. Feel the vibe, cause it's something to share. Smooth, rich and creamy, you'll find it right here. Makes you smile, relax a while, it's fun and good cheer. Ooh, enjoy every scoop. Ooh, every taste will get you hooked. We have flavors that you love, a combination special. Come along, enjoy our treats. This is Uncle Pete's.
Well, we are back here at the Arima Velodrome following Defence Forces 2-1 win over AC Port of Spain. Now let's see who Jovan Ravello has down there with him.
And we have Rian Moore from the Defence Force. Rian, can you tell me how you felt about your performance this evening?
Yeah, I think it was an all-round great performance by the boys. We got the desired result, and I'm just thankful for that.
How do you feel about opening the scoring this evening?
It was a great feeling opening my account tonight, and I'm just glad for the victory for the boys.
All right. Was there anything that you think the team needs to work on for the next game?
Yeah, I just think we need to sharpen up on the finishing, and we will be okay.
All right, then. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
And of course, that was Rian Moore. So just to let you know that Defence Forces' next game will be against Central FC. And of course, AC Port of Spain will play Canupia. And don't forget, Deportivo will play Terminex Rangers. Westfort will play Central Soccer World. And of course, Moruga FC and Police. So thank you for joining us here at the Arima Velodrome. And of course, we'll meet up again next week.